Today's lesson is on attraction and courtship. Why do women lose interest, pull away, and ghost men? Oftentimes, guys will scratch their heads when this happens. They will wonder, what went wrong? Was it my fault? But to no avail. Well, this is where I come in, and I'm going to give you the answer throughout this video. From my own personal experience, from all the case studies I have seen since I started the channel, and from studying relationships for the past 9 years, I have come to find that there are only 5 different reasons in which a woman will ever lose interest in a man in the courtship stage. Let's get right into it. Reason number 1, there is an ex in the background. This is very common, and I cannot stress this enough. Guys, this is another reason why I always say to take things slow. You don't know what's going on in her life unless you ask questions, or you're very observant to see if her words and actions match. Okay? If a girl tells you that she's still in contact with her ex, or that she recently came out of a long-term relationship, or worse, that she has feelings for him, you must be smart enough to read between the lines and accept that there's a very high chance that she will go back to him. Okay, and that you were nothing more than a rebound. Even though most relationships don't work out the second time around, there's a very high likelihood that she will return to him because she has an emotional connection to him. Guys, women who are young, immature, insecure, or have low self-esteem will typically and immediately put themselves out there in the dating world after going through a breakup. Now, they do this so that they can avoid the pain of the breakup instead of healing like a mature adult. Okay? So they're essentially distracting themselves from their relationship coming to an end and using you as a rebound. Okay, this means that they're not over the ex. Therefore, the moment the ex gets back in touch or she misses him, she will run right back to him and cut you off like you're an afterthought. Okay? Guys, please understand that a woman who is still emotionally attached to an ex will choose him over you 99% of the time because she's got history with him, right? And with you, you're someone new. There's virtually zero feelings invested in you. And even if she has any, it's not going to have the emotional charge that it has compared to the feelings that she's got invested in her ex. Okay? So in this scenario, she's most likely going to ghost you. And if she's a sweet girl and she has any respect for you, then she may be kind enough to tell you, that, hey, I got back with my ex, I'm very sorry, I wish you all the best. And this is a scenario that happened to me. So I'm going to give you my own experience as an example where I learned this lesson. Going back 6 years ago, I was very young and immature, but I was learning and I was cocky. I thought I knew it all. Pride cometh before the fall. And I met this lovely girl and we went on 3 dates. Now, on the first date, she told me that she had come out of a long-term relationship with a boyfriend who she'd been with for 2 years. I was being aloof, calm, and I just thought, you know what? I'm much better than him. I'm different. He can't compete with me. That's what I thought. Little did I know, she obviously still had feelings for him. Her emotions were raw. She'd just come out of a long-term relationship. Anyways, I brushed it under the rug and I continued getting to know her. We had 3 lovely dates over the course of 3 weeks. After that, she disappeared for a week. Immediately, I knew something was up, so I retracted all my attention and I waited for her to contact me. She eventually responded to my last message a week later, apologizing, giving me some excuse that she was busy with work, right? Anyways, since she contacted me, I assumed she wanted to see me, and I asked her out on our 4th date. And I assumed we would continue on as normal. 2 days before the date, she says, listen, Christian, I hate to break it to you, but the reason why I was quiet last week was because me and my ex got back in touch. I miss him and I still have feelings for him, and we decided to give it another shot. I'm really sorry. I just said, well, I appreciate you being honest and I wish you all the best. I cut her off and I never looked back. From what I did find out was a few months later, their relationship ended up failing. So for any of you watching this video thinking you can hopefully get your ex back, it doesn't usually work out the second time around, mate. Just thought I'd throw that out there. So I learned that the hard way. Guys, it's not worth it. If you meet a girl, try and find out if she's been single for a substantial amount of time and given herself, that window to actually heal from a past relationship. You don't want to be with a girl who's just come out of a long-term commitment, because she's not going to be in the right headspace to date. And if you do get involved with her, she's most likely settling for you and using you as a rebound. Not necessarily her intention to take advantage of you, but if she's young and immature, she may very well go back to an ex and cut you off. So that's reason number one. Now, let's continue on with reason number two. And that is, she found someone she is more attracted to. Now, this scenario is likely to happen when you date a woman that has low initial interest in you. Translation, you're not her type. And you're definitely not the guy that she desires. But for the time being, you're better than nothing. Therefore, if a much more attractive opportunity comes along, she will simply discard you. And I don't want you to take this personally, guys. This is why you date. Dating is a numbers game. Okay, rejection will happen from time to time. But I want you to understand, and I really recommend this, please, for the love of everything beautiful on this planet, go for a girl that gives you indicators that she's really attracted to you from the get-go. Therefore, she's far less likely to choose another guy if you meet her looks requirements. If you think she's a 9 and she thinks you're a 9, congratulations, there is mutual chemistry. That's how it should be. But if you go for a girl that you're very into, but she thinks you're a 5 or a 6, this is usually when this will happen. And what you will find is with these girls, you're going to have to be more persistent. You're going to have to kind of, twist her arm or ask her multiple times, when are you free to get together? And eventually, if she's bored or has low enough self-esteem, she'll give you a chance. And it's not worth it. This is why all of these red pill and MGTOW channels will deceive you into thinking you can use manipulation or game to get one of these women. It's really not worth it. These are going to be the girls that are attention seekers or have extremely low self-esteem, and they'll give you a chance out of pity because it's better to go on a date with you and get a free meal than sit at home and watch the paint dry on the wall. Okay? Don't do this because you're just going to really destroy your self-respect. Okay? It's not worth it. Okay? Why would you even want to go on a date with a woman that's not that into you? But a lot of guys that have low self-esteem or have no experience or knowledge on these things will go ahead and do this. Okay, guys, life is hard enough as it is. Don't make it more difficult. Okay, dating shouldn't be an uphill battle. Go for a woman who feels the same way about you from the beginning. It makes things much easier, and ultimately it's what you want. Okay, so understand, if she's not that into you, this is going to be the girl who you send her a message and she texts you 3 days later. Or she takes a week to message you, oh, my phone died, or give you some terrible excuse. And then you're responding within every 5 seconds that she sends you a message, and then she takes another 6 days. Okay? She's not that into you. Okay? This is going to be the girl that's keeping her options open because she's not that into you. Okay? And if you're the bottom of the barrel, you're a 5 or a 6 in looks. Again, even if you go on a first date with her, if the next day she's at the gym and meets a guy who's a 10 in her eyes, she's going to cut you off as if you don't exist. Okay? Guys, we do this too. Okay, we meet a woman and she's a 6. You have a conversation with her. Oh, she's nice. Okay? And then the next day you meet a different girl and she's a 10. You've forgotten about the girl who was a 6. She doesn't exist in your mind anymore because you met someone you're more into. Guys, attraction isn't a choice. Either it's there or it's not. You can't force it. You can't will it into existence. Either you both like each other or you don't. It's very simple. Okay? Do not waste your time with a woman that's not that into you from the beginning. because it's going to be tooth and nail to get her on a date. She's going to be taking ages to text you back. And she'll kind of feel sorry for you. It's not worth it, okay? Which is why if you're barely meeting her looks requirements, she comes across a guy who's more attractive, she will disappear from your life. Okay? You meet one of these girls on a dating app and she doesn't think you're that handsome, or you meet her out at a venue with your buddies, she gives you her number because she feels sorry for you, and you think, well, she's into me. I don't understand. Yeah, it's because she met someone else later on that she likes even more than you. Okay, because if you were the Chris Hemsworth in her eyes, she wouldn't want to miss a chance going out with you, mate. That's what I want you to understand, okay? So that is the second reason, okay, that she found another guy she's more attracted to. Number 3, you lowered her interest level. This is the only reason in which it's your fault, so now I really want you to pay attention, okay? Guys, sometimes a woman will ghost you, cut you off, even block you if you do a mix of any of these behaviors. Failing her tests, okay, in other words, you show weakness or you fail to show strength. You start blowing up her phone with tons of messages, double texting her, triple texting her, acting insecure and needy because she hasn't responded back to your last message, right? Acting too serious too soon. Okay, in the first few weeks to the first month or so of courtship, you start treating her like she's a girlfriend. You start talking about the future. You start using sweet names with her. You start basically treating her as if you're in a commitment. Okay, that is going to scare her away. Sending gifts, doing romantic gestures in the early stages of dating, making inappropriate comments, using sexual innuendos or creepy, weird jokes. Okay, trying to be funny when you're not funny, so don't do that. Or whether you do this on a date or over the phone or on a text, it can cause her to feel uncomfortable. Okay, so the reason why this is going to push a woman away is because it confirms to her that you feel unworthy of dating her, that you have low self-esteem. Men that are masculine and confident don't behave this way. Because when you say or do things that scare, creep, or turn women off, don't be surprised if they just ghost you without giving you any previous warning. Because during the courtship stage, guys, a woman will, especially a woman with integrity, who knows what she wants, she's going to take her time to screen out untrustworthy, insecure, and weak men. Okay? Most guys develop initial feelings of emotional attraction, okay, feelings of love and that of that nature around a month. Okay, women take a little longer, month and a half to 2 months, providing you're doing more things right than wrong. Okay, and that's when she starts to develop emotional attraction for you. So, which is why if you make mistakes continually, you prevent her from developing that emotional attachment, which will cause her attraction level to drop. And once it gets low enough, doesn't matter if she found you handsome to begin with, once she comes to find that you're a weakling, she will disqualify you and cut you off. Whether she tells you it's not you, it's me, or she just stops responding to your messages, depending how weird or insecure you behaved, that will cause a woman to cut you off. That will cause a woman to lose interest or ghost you, okay? Because you lowered her interest level. And this is this is the only reason in which it's your fault. And this is one you can avoid. Because you can have a good woman. She's feminine, she's godly, she's traditional. You have everything in common. And you can really throw that away by acting like a simptard. Please do not do this. Have some self-respect and self-control. Read my book. I'll leave it in the description. Okay, you need to learn. The fourth reason why a woman will lose interest, cut a guy off, or delete him from her life is because there is a lack of compatibility. See, the average guy is so focused on a woman's physical appearance and he's so lustful that he takes little to no time at all to even determine if they're compatible. That is how low it is for guys. Like, most men have no standards for themselves. So they don't even vet the woman's character to see if they're a good match. Whereas feminine women who have, normal IQ, they're looking for a man that shares the same lifestyle, core values, and belief system as them. So if you're on a date with a girl and you're both asking each other questions about what you like to do, what you believe in, things like that, she's going to lose interest if she concludes that you're incompatible. Okay? If she wants kids and you don't. Okay? She's family oriented and you're not. Okay? She's a homely girl and you're a party guy. Okay? You're a Christian and she's a Muslim. You're incompatible. Please take the focus away from your own interest level and your own ego and ask yourself, do you really have anything in common with her? Do you share the same outlook on life? Do you want the same things out of marriage or commitment? Because most guys, they go tunnel vision. And all they see is their lust and their desire for sex. So much so that they never give this any large importance to compatibility. So they don't seem to understand when the girl they went on a second date with just cut them off. It's because she's asking questions, she's getting to know you, and all you're wondering is, when am I going to hook up with her? When is she going to get back to my place? When are we going to be intimate? Guys, that's the last thing. Quite frankly, you shouldn't really do that until you're in a commitment, marriage. Okay, stop being so lustful. Hookup culture is degenerate and it will ruin you. And if you've got a good, godly girl and she's looking for a guy she can build a family and have a life with, and she sees that you're just a player or you're insecure or you're lustful, she will cut you off. Quite frankly, if you're a man with any self-worth and you know exactly what you're looking for with a woman, you would be sweeping her, giving her the background check, making sure she's compatible with you. You would both be doing this. So if you're scratching your head asking, why did she cut me off? I don't understand. She seemed to really like me. Yeah, because on the second date, she starts to realize, okay, maybe after the first date, she thought, okay, I'm going to give him another chance. We'll go on the second date, see what he's like. Then on the second date, you do confirm to her, you know what, we've got nothing in common. And she loses interest. But because you're so lustful, you don't see it. Please wipe that out of your eyes. Okay? See reality for what it is, or you will suffer the consequences. And reason number 5, well, guys, it has nothing to do with you. Okay? Sometimes you will come across a girl who has her own problems that prevent her from becoming close to you. Now, this is a rare exception, but it does and it can happen. Trauma. Let's assume you're doing everything right. She finds you very attractive, so you've got chemistry, mutual chemistry. You share compatibility. There's no ex in the background. And let's throw in the assumption that you've been a good boy and that you do everything right and that there is no guy in the background. Okay, there is no one else she's seeing. Then you must conclude that the problem lies within herself. Okay, guys, women who have abandonment issues from childhood, who struggle to trust in men, or are simply afraid of commitment due to insecurities or past wounds that they haven't healed from, can freeze up or become cold once they start to develop feelings for you. Now, again, let me preface, these situations are very rare, but I want you to be aware that they do happen. Okay? She gets to know you, she grows close to you, and she doesn't know what to do anymore. Those daddy issues and mummy issues kick in and she's out the window because she's scared of committing to a man. She's too afraid to be vulnerable and open. And if a woman can't give that to you, she can't ever be in a relationship. She can't ever become a wife or a mother. There's problems within herself that she needs to fix before she's ready for that. Again, that's why I said at the beginning, the video, you want to date and take things slow. Things can be sailing smoothly for a week and then she just goes AWOL. Maybe you get to know her for 2 months and same thing, she just disappears or tells you, I'm really sorry, I can't do this. Okay? But as well, again, this can also refer to other interpersonal issues she has. Health problems, family drama, okay? Hormonal imbalance, mental health issues, okay? Maybe she went through a very traumatic experience recently, and that's really messing her up, and she's unable to be present with you and get to know you anymore. In this scenario, one of two things are going to happen. On one hand, she may reach back out to you when things return to normal, or with an explanation telling you what happened, in which case you can give her another chance, make her make it up to you, or walk away. Or on the other hand, she'll simply vanish from your life for good without leaving a trace. And for the ladies watching, these 5 reasons that I have covered, you can also apply to your life and your relationships and dating with men. If a guy has an ex in the background, he lacks compatibility with you, he meets a girl who he finds more attractive than you make mistakes to push him away, or he has his own interpersonal problems, he's also going to do the same thing to you. So with that said, I hope you all found value in the video. If you feel this would help somebody that you know, a friend, a family member, then send them my way. If you would like to support my work furthermore, then the link is in the description and you can order a copy of my book from Amazon. If you'd like to share your personal situation or ask me any questions privately, the email will also be down below in the description. With that said, I hope you all have a wonderful day. God bless all of you and your families, and I will see you all in the next one.